Hello, welcome back. Grab a seat, take some tea. I have another movie that I have beef with. Beef? There is a movie called Notting Hill. So many people love it, and I think they love it because of Hugh Grant. You know, floofy brown hair, charming English accent, a dash of social awkwardness. It's a match made in heaven. However, it is the most annoying movie I've ever seen, and yet so many people quote it as though it's so inspirational. I'm just a girl standing in front of a boy asking him to love her. No. Super duper quick recap. There's a man. He's been divorced. His ex-wife actually cheated on him, left him for another man. He's now living in an apartment with some very strange man named Spike who has weird tendencies. He works at / owns a traveling bookstore. No, a travel bookstore. The bookstore does not travel. I repeat, the bookstore does not travel. So he works at a travel bookstore. And one day, a famous actress from Hollywood comes into his London bookshop and they have a little conversation, ha ha ha, he, and then she leaves. He thinks that's it. They bump into each other. He accidentally spills a drink on her shirt. He invites her over, gives her a shirt. They have another weird little conversation, and he thinks this is going horribly. And then she kisses him. Assault.
Jail.
So he's all like, you know what? Oh my gosh, I think she likes me. And then she invites him to her hotel room where he's like, oh, we're gonna go on a date. Wrong. He finds a bunch of reporters there who are there to ask her questions about her upcoming movie, and so he has to pretend to be a reporter too. And then she invites herself over to his sister's birthday party where everything is awkward until it becomes normal, and then they're having a great old time, and then they sneak into some park, and then he's like, this is great, we're having fun. She's like, hey, come up to my hotel room. And he says, okay, I'm gonna get some wine. So he gets the wine, he knocks on her door. Guess who answers? Not her, but her boyfriend.
Bombastic side eye. Criminal offensive side eye.
And the boyfriend thinks he's room service, and she's like, oh yeah, I called for room service. Ma'am. And so he has to pretend to be room service. The guy had come to surprise her, and he surprised a lot of people, not just her. He has to go away in disgrace, shame, realizing, oh, I'm such an idiot. How could I not have known that she has a boyfriend? She's freaking famous. They don't see each other again for months. I think his family tried to set him up with other people in the meantime, but it didn't really work. I think he kept thinking about her. One day she appears out of the blue, out of nowhere, in front of his door, and she has some kind of scandal she's trying to run away from, and so she stays for a weekend at his place, and they have a great old time, connecting, whatever. And then the paparazzi show up with them both like half dressed, and she accuses him of calling the reporters and leaves. Turns out it was actually his weird roommate, very sketchy man roommate, who called the reporters, not him. Again, they don't speak for months. Time's flying. Fall leaves, winter snows, spring, summer. Time passes, and then he hears that she's back in town. She's back in town to film a movie that he had actually recommended her to do. And he thinks, oh my gosh, this is my chance. I can go see her. So he shows up unannounced, uninvited to the set. And he's like, let me just try. So she goes, yeah, okay, like, wait for me. And the audio people are nice enough to be like, oh, do you want to like hear what's going on set while they're filming? And he goes, yeah, sure, that would be great. So he's hearing them like do the lines and everything, thinking this is so cool. And then like they go cut, and you know, everyone's talking amongst themselves. The audio people walk away, and he hears her talking to her co-star. The co-star asks, oh, who's that guy? And she makes it seem like he's some stalker fan weirdo guy. And so he takes off the headphones, he walks away, he leaves. because who are we talking about? Because like, you know what, maybe that is how she sees him. So he goes home. The next day, she appears at the bookstore with a wrapped gift in hand, and she's talking about, oh, you left. And he's like, yeah, I heard what you said about me. And she's like, oh, that? I just didn't want to tell that guy about my personal life. And I'm like, man, pause. pause, because you could have said anything. You could have said, oh, he's a cousin. Oh, he's a relative. He's an old friend, a childhood friend. Oh, he's an in-law. He's my agent. He's my anything. The way that you lied about having a boyfriend, the way that you lied about your whereabouts, the way that you lied about him being a reporter multiple times, but suddenly you don't have an alibi.
G-L-Y, you ain't got no alibi, you ugly. Next.
I'm like, so your only excuse was to act as though he's some stalker, some guy that can't get over you? And that doesn't even make any sense, because if he's a stalker, why are you having him on set? Why? Then she then acts as though that cleared up everything and goes, can we just start a relationship? And he goes, you know what? You're famous. I'm not. You live in Hollywood. I live in Notting Hill. Everyone knows who you are, and my own mother forgets who I am sometimes, and I don't really want to be hurt. And she goes, I understand. I see. But I want you to know that I'm just a girl standing in front of a boy asking him to love her. No. And then we end with her leaving and then him telling his friends what happened and them basically going, oh, so you let her leave. Spike guy comes in and goes, you're an idiot. And he goes, yes, I am. And he goes and chases after her. They end up together. And then we see her pregnant and yada, yada, yada. And I say no, I say no, I say no. And if this was anyone in my life, if this was a friend, if this was someone I met on the street, I'd say, no, sir. No, that woman is not for you. That woman is trouble. That woman is dangerous. And you, having been in a relationship where someone walked out on you for another man, and this one has the audacity to have a whole other man and treat you as the other man. No, no. So here's my rewrite. Here's my rewrite. And Anna stands before him saying, I want you to remember that I'm just a girl standing in front of a boy, asking him to love her. She pauses and is about to leave, but Will stops her and goes, Anna, I do understand that. I understand what you're asking of me. But I feel like we just keep going back and forth and back and forth, and I don't want to keep getting hurt, and I don't want to keep moving backwards. I feel like I keep waiting around for you, and your life keeps going on without me. I'm starting to think that I'm who you go to when everything goes wrong in your life, while you are asking me to love you. I'm just a boy asking if you even love me. I want something where I can be happy, where we can heal, where we can grow. And I'm just wondering if it's okay for me to just not want to be hurt anymore. And without turning around, she said, I understand. Took a breath and walked out of his bookshop for the last time. It wasn't right away, but it was after some time that he found someone who would love him, someone who would choose him, someone that he would be very happy with. And from time to time, he would remember, like it was a dream, the time he spent with Anna, but he realized that that's what made it so fantastic and so alluring and almost something that he wanted to throw everything else away for, because it was so unrealistic. To the point that it wasn't something that could be maintained for him. Sometimes she would appear in the papers. Then he wished her well. But he knew his happiest of moments were being right there with his wife and their kids in a life that was not extraordinary, but extraordinarily happy. I don't know. What do you think? All I know is I'm happy as long as he doesn't end up with her. But let me know what you think. I hope you like it. And if you don't like it, tell me your rewrite. Ooh. All right. Bye.